So yeah, like what I was also saying was like, HR was just ignoring most of the notes and everything before. So I didn't know what the hell was going on. And see, when I was already when they were starting to get on my ass about that, I was like, what the fuck? And like, I was asking for help from everybody. And there was one HR representative um, who was just got transferred. Like, funny, she was going to Texas, got transferred to Texas HR department, and she told me to, she gave me some options, what to do. And I was trying to get excused because I have, mental health and ADHD, and I feel like, even a note from I even had a doctor's note like that, because that's an issue with my performance at times, and they disregarded that too, and they said like they don't uh, accommodate for that, which was bullshit because I remember when I was doing that job for hiring people. There were some videos there for HR that I watched about, the procedures of HR, and one of the topics was ADHD, and affecting considered as a disability when it comes to certain roles there in Amazon. I remember I saw that video, part of that, and they were trying to tell me like, that no, not that doesn't exist, when I know that's bullshit. So then after that, that HR representative told me to go to the ship dock outbound. And that was the department, that was the opposite department what I was in. It was the outbound where they send the products out. And she told me to go to the ship dock, which is where they load trucks. And there's no rate or no nothing like that for that. You just, put the box as neatly as you can in the trailers, and that's it. And that's kind of a really hard labor job too. But I used to do that at UPS, in my early 20s, so that was easy too. And I figured, oh, why not? I'm having these issues, like I'm, working, I'm crying, I can't keep my composure, I'm freaking out, I feel like I'm gonna pass out, having all those thoughts, and I was like, maybe just moving around constantly, putting the boxes up, whatever, to work out. And so I went, and she told me to transfer. So I went and I put in the transfer for outbound, and I put in for ship dock. But the problem was they didn't have my schedule. I had the schedule of they call donut shift, which is done. It's a shift from Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So you have Wednesdays and the weekend off, Saturday and Sunday. And I never had that schedule. I had Monday through Friday when I was in Texas for like years, for a long time, and I was used to that schedule. But they didn't have that. That schedule didn't exist over here. So I chose the donut shift. Like when I was like, whatever, it seems like all right, and like it was actually beneficial because you got that break in the middle. I got to recuperate and get rest in between the week. So when I would come back Thursday and Friday, I felt like more rested. So like donut shift was pretty cool. But they didn't have that for the ship dock, and I was disappointed with that. So, but they had that my schedule in outbound packing, right? And see, like they always sent me to packing. Like whenever it got busy, all those stupid holiday or when peak happened, their stupid Prime Day, all their stupid ass sales that they have, I would go to outbound because they needed people to help pack and send all that motherfucking packages out to everybody. So and that was easy, and I was used to doing that, and I actually liked it for some reason. It was weird. I actually, of all the jobs, for some reason, I kind of like packing. I guess it's because it was like, I felt like I was the last step of connecting to the person that I was going to, I guess. And I always made sure that it was packed right and uh, proper and all that stuff. I was always careful with everyone's items and stuff, even though like a lot of the items that people bought that I was packing We're already fucking busted and broken and like coming apart and unraveling and stuff. And I'd be like, what the hell? And I was like, and it's because of the way they store stuff there and the Kiva pods. They got dumbass people, don't know what they're doing. They don't got managers who know what the fuck they're doing to get on those people for not doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's that same shit that just keep going around and around and around and around. Like no communication, no leadership, but yet a lot of those managers walk around like they're big shit, like they're fucking like the fucking sheriff of the town or something. Like, ugh, I would look at them in such disgrace and such disgrace at times. Just be like, what the fuck? Like, you just imagine, like, come on, like, act like your shit don't smell. Like, I'm talking about, like, these managers won't even look you in the eye. They won't look you in the eye, nothing. That's how snobby they fucking were. I was like, whatever. So, I was always being placed on Water Spider, and like I said, it was a vigorous role because you're constantly getting told, you're constantly pushing them around, and I'm moving and like giving it to people and stuff, and it was very tiring, and like no one wanted to do it. And like I said, you can only like they had a policy where you can only do it twice a week because it was too vigorous. Like people always said, like doing it too much or more than twice a week, their back, their legs, their feet, knees, like everything would just be hurting. And I'm not saying like I'm like fucking Superman or Iron Man, but like I was hurting too. Like I was always like taking ibuprofen and stuff because my knees were always hurting or like my elbows were hurting uh from doing that stupid ass machine back in Texas, the machine that turned. I had developed tennis elbow from repeated movement of my elbow, extending um up and down, just always extending. And I had to get a shot. It fucking hurt like hell. The shot was huge. And I don't usually mind shots, but I was like, God damn. I was like this shot really hurt. And like at still time my elbow still hurts because of that. So like when I was doing that job, the water spider, my elbow was still hurting. And then like I was constantly getting banged up by the totes and everything, getting bruised up. And I was doing it more than twice a week. I was doing it like every fucking day. And I'm talking like every fucking day, like every day. Like I stove for a little bit and they come up to me and they're like, can you water spider? Thank you so much. I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, thanks. And I was doing the stupid water spider, and I was like, oh, this shit sucks. And I was like, and then I got approved to go to the outbound, and I was like, okay, yay, cool, I get to go. And like, I wasn't gonna get to go until like a month later. Now this is all happening like in early August. I was like, oh, I wasn't gonna go to that apartment until September. I was like, fine, whatever. So then I did the stupid ass fucking water spider, like every day. And then as it got closer to I was gonna transfer, I was just like, yeah, I'm just done with like this apartment, whatever. Everyone else, like, bye. And on my last day in inbound, which weirdly I was sent to outbound, my last day on Friday, September 9th, is when they terminated me. They terminated me because of the rate from still back then from those months before in July. From the doctor's notes they ignored, from even the leave of absence telling me my job was okay at that time. They were telling me like my rate was like too low and it was already in the final written. I wasn't even warned or anything. And the manager that was there wasn't even my manager. It was the fucking manager in outbound. He didn't even know me. And I was like, why am I fucking manager here? And then I had a new manager. And I had just gotten a new manager after the other 5 times I got a new manager. So like I had like 5 or 6 managers the whole time I was here, and it was really fucking annoying. And I was getting argumentative with them because like I was telling them I was like I wasn't even at a direct role in stowing all the time to even to make rate to counter the negative stow rate. I was always doing the fucking water spider, and I was like, why was I always doing that, and then it's still being accounted for rate? So and they were just laying some other bullshit on me, of course.